Hello, and welcome to our kitchen. My name is Katie, and I am a dietetic intern with Seattle Pacific University here at the Linwood Food Bank. Join me for some recipes and nutrition tips. Today, we're going to be going over a simple honey mustard salad dressing. This dressing can be added to any fruit or vegetables as part of a salad. Could be also used as a chicken or a fish marinade. What are you going to need to start? Going to need some type of oil that is liquid at room temperature. We have here a canola oil. You could also use vegetable oil, olive oil. If you want a more Asian influenced flavor profile, you could do a sesame oil. It's really up to you, whatever you have in your pantry and wherever you want this flavor to go. We also have a sugar component. So we have here some honey, and you could also use a granulated sugar. You could use a maple syrup or even agave, any type of sugar component. You could also omit the sugar if carbohydrates are something that you're monitoring. It's not required for the emulsion process, and we'll go over that. Here I have some Dijon mustard. What was that word emulsion that I just used? This, when mixed with the acid and mixed with the oil, is going to break up the oil droplets, those fat particles in the oil, into smaller droplets to help your mixture be more smooth, be homogeneous, completely combined. I have an acid. Here we're using a fresh lemon. You could also use some pre-squeezed lemon juice. You could use lime juice, grapefruit juice, or you could use vinegar, distilled white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, even balsamic vinegar, rice wine vinegar. It's up to you. We have some pre-minced garlic. The reason I've minced this already, we've gone over in other cooking videos, but to tell you again, mincing the garlic helps to break up cell walls and to break up some enzymes. When those are released to the oxygen in the air, they produce a compound called allicin, and allicin is very heart healthy. So to get the most benefit out of your fresh garlic, you're going to want to mince it and allow it to sit for at least 5 to 10 minutes before heating it or eating it. Lastly, I have over here some salt and some pepper. These are optional flavor boosters. This is the base level of this dressing, but you could add fresh herbs, dried herbs, any other spices you choose. It's really a baseline, but can be taken in so many directions. So first, I'm going to begin by cutting up my lemon. And if you're juicing a fresh lemon, one tip to use is press down on the lemon and roll it against the countertop. And what this does, it breaks open those capillaries, those pockets of juice that are inside of the lemon, allowing the juice to be easier to squeeze, more readily available. I'm going to use my knife, cut open our lemon, and then I'm going to just squeeze it into a fluid measuring cup I have placed here. Now, unlike a lime, a lemon does have bigger seeds in it. So if you were squeezing this directly into the bowl you were using for mixing, you can either use your fingers to strain that liquid. You can use a strainer, or in my case, I'm just going to squeeze it into this measuring cup first, and then use a tablespoon to measure out the quantity that I want. Having a acid component like lemon juice, or in some cases vinegar in a salad dressing, is going to help as a antimicrobial agent, which means bad bacteria that you don't want growing on your vegetables are going to be kind of held at bay by that acid. It's a difficult environment for bacteria to grow. And it's also going to help your digestive system to break down some of the harder components of the raw vegetables that you add it to. If you're using this for a marinade, it helps to tenderize that meat. This marinade goes well with chicken, any type of poultry, light meat, or fish. So starting with our lemon juice, I think this is about a tablespoon. I'm gonna measure that out with our tablespoon and put it into our mixing bowl. We're going to want 2 tablespoons of this. Good, we actually got 2 tablespoons worth, maybe a little bit more. Next, I'm going to reach over for our oil. So this will also add 2 tablespoons. It's almost even portions of our components in this dressing. 1, 2. Okay. We are also going to want 2 tablespoons of our mustard. For a recipe like this, you will want to stick with a stone ground or a Dijon mustard over a yellow mustard because it has more of the original mustard seed, which is really going to be helpful for that emulsion type of process that we talked about before. So we have our acid, we have our fat, we have our mustard. Next, I'm going to add the honey. We'll do 1 teaspoon of the honey. Sorry, 1 tablespoon. Tablespoon of that. Next, I'm going to mix in our minced garlic. Fresh garlic is also optional. You could instead use dried garlic powder, or if you don't enjoy the flavor of garlic, you can omit it altogether. Onion powder would also taste good. Really, it's fun to get experimental with this salad dressing because it can be so versatile. All right, I'm just using a fork to mix these up. You could also use a whisk. And I'm going to add just a dash of salt and a dash of pepper. A little bit of salt here. And this is just an iodized table salt. You could also use a rock salt, sea salt. You'll probably want a finer grind. Since we won't be heating this up, it'll about stay the coarseness that the salt was from the container. A little bit of black pepper. Good mix. So again, the mustard, with the assistance of the acid, helps to break up the fat into really small particles and evenly distribute that throughout the salad dressing so it becomes kind of an even consistency. Otherwise, the fat would separate and you'd have various layers of the dressing. So here we have it. Here's our honey mustard salad dressing. So this is ready to be added to salad as a marinade. At this point, you want to taste it for yourself. See what you think it needs. You might want to add more of any one of these ingredients to suit your personal taste buds. So thank you for joining us. I hope that this recipe is helpful for you, and I hope you enjoy whipping it up at home. Join us next time for some more recipes and nutrition tips. Thank you.